think it just hit me like if my why for fitness is what I always say that it is, which is to care for myself and my health, my main goal needed to shift. And I'm a huge advocate for the power of intention in everything. And when I get really honest with myself, like that is how I call myself out. And that is how I make change in my life. And that is how I can self-correct the most quickly, is like, what's my intention with this? What's my intention in this conversation? What's my intention with this meeting? What's my intention with this decision? Like, what's my motivation for doing this thing today? As big or as small, if I can be honest with myself about why I'm doing it, then I can see myself a little bit more clearly. And I realize, you know what? Maybe like getting back to my 44-inch box jump doesn't need to be my priority. Like, what would that serve? Right. And the way that I was training before, it was pretty intense. Like I did 5 to 6 full power sessions a week. I would do HIIT sprints just for fun, probably a couple times a week. I loved box jumping. I liked doing plyo, kind of just like, you know, just like kind of fun, flashy things, just kind of because I could really. And I think like it was fun and it was exciting. It was a fun way to like challenge myself and like get those goals. But now it's like I had different goals, and going through an injury like that, it really made me see how fragile the human body can be and how delicate life is. I mean, I was going through a lot of other things at this time. Grieving the loss of my grandma. And I think it just hit me like, if my why for fitness is what I always say that it is, which is to care for myself and my health, my main goal needed to shift in my like imminent training and what I was trying to work towards. And it no longer was about doing those cool things. It was truly about obviously helping my body continue to recover, but most importantly, training in a way today that my future self and my future health would thank me for. Because if I am lucky enough to have 10, 20, 40, 50 more years on this earth in this life, I want to be able to have the ability to walk. I want to be able to be strong enough to like stand up if I fall. And that stability and that strength that comes from lean muscle mass and that comes from strength training, that is my fitness goal. And I decided like being low impact, it was no longer what I had to do. It was like, okay, this is a choice. This is how I'm choosing to train right now because this is best for myself and my health today and in the future. And I do plyometrics here and there a little bit. I can now, but it's nowhere near my norm. And I don't see it adapting back to that either. Like I don't even have that desire. It's like, I want to be strong. And so I actually, out of all of this shift came my newest program, which is called Power Strength. It's a lifting program, but it is all low impact because I was having to modify my own power program during this time. And I'm like, why on earth don't I just have a killer gym-based lifting program, but that's all low impact and no plyo, like no cardio exercises. It's just true lifting. And so I created it out of this place of how I've been training for the last 18 months, and my body feels better than ever. And I feel better than ever. And it's like that shift within myself and my view on life and my training style came from my injury ultimately. And that is something, and this program then was born from that. Right. And it's like, man, I'm so grateful. You know, it's like, that's the biggest shift that I've made, and I don't see it changing back anytime soon.
Well, firstly, thank you for sharing that tough time in your life, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Secondly, I think it's really important what you've shared, because I think there are many times in life, and I've experienced this, I know people around me have experienced this, where you really sit there wishing you were just training like you used to or had the energy like you used to. And when I really think about that, where you are today is a product of everything you've learned, everything you've acquired, mistakes you've made.
Absolutely.
It's almost like wishing for what you were yesterday, whether it be like your physical fitness or whatever it is. It's almost doing your current self like a disservice. And I think it's such a nice way to be able to reframe and just appreciate where you are. And I also think it cuts ties with that expectation. Again, something I definitely resonate with, where you almost expect to always be this at the same level. If you guys enjoyed this clip, then you are bound to love the entire episode I did with this guest. I'm going to put a link to it up on the screen now, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss any future episodes.